Johnson Controls sort of makes a bet. They're betting that they can save you energy, and if they're wrong under the law, they have to pay you this amount. So, as Johnson Control said initially, they wouldn't be doing that. That was the bet, so to speak.
Yeah, and of course they do.
Yeah. Well, I think quite a few counties have actually done this. So, yeah, Flathead, Bitterroot, River Valley did it. I think it's 5 or 6 counties have actually done these performance contracts with
Johnson. I know there was a lot of DEQ grants that were given out for energy savings, and I don't know, they didn't mention Johnson Controls when I saw that list, but there was a lot of places out there. That
well, and those were actually after we did this. Yeah,
we
this
were
is
one of the first. I think the Flathead was in the process at the time.
yep.
But they hadn't finished yet. I don't know. I never did hear for sure whether they finished or took it. But anyway, they were in the process at the same time we were.
right. And some of the things we've done since then is well, the windows,
Yeah.
which will increase savings.
Well, that's been about what, 3 years?
Oh, it's
now?
only been a year,
Right.
less than a year for the windows.
Oh, on the windows? I thought they did some of that before.
Well, we looked at doing that, and we clipped the whole project down. We looked at doing massive everything, and it kept getting smaller and smaller. So, I think they did do some window treatment, some shades on the front part of the building
Right.
under this
Yeah.
contract.
Under this contract, yes, they
But
did.
maybe not window replacement.
Right. That
'cause-
was after a different piece.
Right. So I can't remember, but it seems to me that they'll keep doing this for 5 years. So this
Right.
is year 3's report, and they'll do a couple more for us.
Right.
That's what I think I remember.
And if you on page 7, and I apologize, like I said, I'll give you guys the nice pretty color when I take out of here.
Oh yeah, that is hard to read.
But the public health, what this is a snapshot of the schedule, and you can see that it doesn't kick in until 7 o'clock, and it goes off at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, just when it's so it can be heated up or cooled
So
down.
that's just that one room. Is
It's
what
just
you're
that,
saying.
yeah, for this particular one, there's a control in there. And then there's an exception schedule for each area as well that they set up. And I think along with Jed, they've kind of done some regulating over time periods. And then on the laundry, on page 9, you can see the kind of the same schedule, same type of schedule up top. And then under the bottom, what you see is when it kicked on and when it kicked off. And so you can just kind of see that the actual, that it's working. And this is, again, this is them giving us their information. But this is all stuff that we had. These are screenshots from the computer within our organization that Jed has control of. And he can go in anytime and override these things if he feels like there's an opportunity to save or something of that nature because there's no occupancy, then he can do that as well. But you can also, as an individual, if you come in on a weekend or whatever, you can override it for like an hour and a half and heat it up. So there is an override on it. So the rest of it is is really the schedule. You can see from different locations, like on page 10, there's a clinic 1 and 2. I believe page 11, yep, it's the same thing. It's just where the air handlers are kicked on and off. And you can see how it ramps up and down. But again, and you can see the holiday schedule exceptions. So these are the holidays. I think they've added some holidays since this report was done as well.
But if they mess something up in the programming, like let's say that they had forgotten that such and such day was a holiday and they wanted to have energy savings, Jed could
Sure can.
shut her down. Or the other way, like for some reason if the entire admin staff was there on a Saturday, Jed could make it warm in that area.
Yes, that's
easily.
correct. They do it by an exception schedule.
Okay.
And that was their recommendation, to use the exception schedule, not schedule, but do that as an exception,
Right.
so they can see brightness outside of the schedule.
But then each person can just go and control it, so they could conceivably hit it every hour and a half if they were
Yep.
working on a Sunday.
Exactly.
And they didn't wanna bother Jed to make it.
Correct.
Okay.
You override that.
So I remember a couple years ago, and I think this was before you got here, Jeff, that we were having a little trouble with our outside temperature monitor. And that was a critical element of it to make it work right. Since you're not saying anything about that, I think it got all squared away. Yeah, they were just, that was an important thing, and we figured that it wasn't reading right. So, good.
So, and then the only thing that you don't have copied, and you guys don't have copied, there's the appendix of it, and definitely you can make copies of it, but it was really everything that's in here, but in the actual raw data format versus the narrative of everything.
So is this, okay, this is year 3. Kim, that's probably pretty important for the record now. I know we're getting at least 2 more reports from them, and I think we might have it dropped after that. That was part of the contract.
After year 5.
Yeah, once everybody was sure that the energy savings were there was no need to continue to spend money to get it evaluated.
By Johnson.
Yeah.
Maybe if they use this as an example, maybe we can get that.
Maybe they'll do that.
Well, when they did this, like you say, it was one of the first ones, and they probably kept pretty good track because they're trying to sell the program on down the line to everybody, and I'm sure since then they have.
Now, the guys who set this contract up actually aren't with Johnson anymore. They're out of, they have a new name.
Yeah, I don't remember
But our contract stayed with Johnson. But the principals who set it up are not there anymore. They're with a new company. Doesn't really matter. It's just kind of
No. Well, it's good. It's working anyway. It's sure.
How's the cooling part of it working? I don't know very much
Questions
about
on
that.
when we put it in.
On the west side, the older part of the building, we don't have cooling. We have some areas that have some window units. Like for instance, in the X-ray department, that machine can get pretty hot. So this year we're putting in a new wall unit, a window unit to cool it off, to keep it cool. And halfway through the summer is when we had the windows installed, so we haven't gotten the full effects of how cool is that going to be, plus the big window treatments and things like that to keep the sun out of that site. So we'll know more how cool that's going to be this coming summer.
Well, I'm glad it's still working anyway. We were sure glad to get it because boy, the old furnace we had, we were really sweating it out. We'd get calls and they'd be down for an hour, and then we'd think, oh God, is it how long? And it was pretty scary until we got this system put in.
Yeah, it's pretty neat that Jed can control it. There's issues, he can control it from home and log into the system and do that. And so that's really good.
Yeah, it makes a lot of difference. Have to wait for somebody to get here.
It was a good one to have done.
Yeah, I know we had a few calls before, and it was 20 below one time, I think, and about 9 o'clock in the morning it went down, and of course we had to get somebody from Mandacon. It got a little scary what was going to do, move them to the school or what. But luckily we got it fixed. The old system was really causing some problems.
Yeah, it's a big deal. We have problems.
Well, this is good then. Was there any questions on the furnace?
Well, is this just a report of the savings that are there? I thought you were going to ask the commissioners for a grant to do something. Is that, did I miss the point?
That's next.
Well, that's next. Okay. My hearing's not good.
Yeah, I told you.
As you would.